Jasmine, what are your pregnancy cravings? Well, I'm glad you asked because I'm gonna tell you today. I think this is the start of the vlog. Hello, how have you been? I'm going to make cookies. I have literally been craving fair food and or cookies for about 2 to 3 weeks now. I have yet to make it to a fair. I'm actually, fingers crossed, going tomorrow. This craving can't hold out any longer. So I already have all of my ingredients. Let me show you. So the recipe I'm gonna be using is from the Magnolia Table Book. This is the first one. And I already got all my ingredients right here, laid out in front of me. I'm sorry the lighting kind of sucks. I gotta soften this butter and I actually need to focus. I need to preheat this to 350 and then we can get to getting. Come on, bro. Okay. You know what, I feel like that's not gonna be long enough, so we're gonna lie and say that there's 2. Start, baby. In case anyone's curious on the bum, I feel like I look kind of the same as I did when I revealed it. What can we do in the meantime? We need to mix the flour, baking soda, and salt together. So let's do that. My bowl. I think I got this giant bag from Costco. I have some new cooking utensils that I showed you guys on Instagram. If you don't follow me there, it's me, J, letter J, Renee, from Magnolia Table Hearth and Hand Collection. So really excited to use these. We need 2.5 cups of flour. Mixing up all the dry ingredients, and then I have a feeling that I have to take my wet ones out of. Of course, my butter wasn't melted or softened as much as I needed it to. So I'm softening it more in the microwave in hopes that it will be ready, because I just realized I didn't preheat the oven, but these cookies are literally so good. I make them for like my family's holidays and sometimes just like whenever I feel like it. And I tweak the recipe a little bit. I put butterscotch in them too, sometimes peanut butter, and my neighbors really like them. So excited. I need this craving to be fulfilled. Okay, the butter is finally softened to my liking. I just apparently can't open butter though. Let's dump her in and then we can get to mixing. Let's go. I'm always scared to go a little bit faster than this because I feel like it's just gonna explode everywhere. But actually, I think it needs to go a little bit faster, just a little bit. So it has to do this for 2 to 3 minutes and then we'll be good. Just keep going. All right, it's looking about the way that I want it to look. Now we can add the eggs. Now we add the vanilla. This next part I'm really not a fan of because I only have my glass mixing bowl that I mix the flour in, and it's a big bowl, so pouring this all into the KitchenAid mixer is not a fun time for me anyway. And I know I have an attachment to help with the mess, but I don't really feel like it actually helps, so you get to witness this. And it doesn't say to mix this in a little bit at a time. Honestly, that would probably be my best bet, but again, I'm a little impatient right now. Okay, almost done. No mess, no mess. Not too shabby. I just feel like this is gonna go everywhere. See, it's already kind of flouring up. I always taste test at this point. I know you're not supposed to because the risk of salmonella, and I'm pregnant, but it's fine. Don't yell at me. We're gonna get all this off of here. My kids sometimes like eating this part off. It tastes really good. Or now we can add in the chocolate chips. I would say this is like maybe a cup, maybe a half cup. Oh yeah, this is like a half cup. So we'll just make up for it in butterscotch. And my camera's dying, that's awesome. It's probably gonna die within the next minute now. Here's my butterscotch. Worst case, we'll switch over to my phone because this was kind of a spontaneous thing. I didn't plan on recording. I half cup of this. Oh shit. And then another half cup.
I don't know what it is lately. I have just really fallen in love with baking and just making cookies, especially. This is one recipe that I've definitely mastered and always get good reviews on from whoever eats it. So I really like to make this for my family as well as my neighbors. And I used to make these in much bigger cookie sizes, but I realized that the smaller the cookie size that I make, the better it cooks and really comes out all together. And whenever I have leftovers that can't make it onto the cookie sheet, I always put it away in the fridge because I do use the same pan. And in the meantime, I'm just trying to clean up my mess. It just really helps me de-stress, because if everything's a mess and I don't put things away as I go, it just is not a good time for me. And I just want all this clutter away. For my counters, I'm kind of explaining it here, but I use this Dawn Power Wash. You really don't need much when it comes to butcher block, which is exactly what we have. I just scrub it with a Scrub Mommy and then wipe it down with a microfiber cloth, and it looks like this.
So one of the things Antonio and I talked about that we need to make happen before this baby comes is I need to get this dishwasher fixed, or I need to get it cleaned, replaced. I can't talk, help. Because let me show you the condition of my sink. The condition of my sink is absolutely atrocious. I always have dishes to do, and I feel like it looks like a little bit more because of the fact we do have a single sink. I feel like it almost always looks like this, except for the days where I really tackle it. If I get these bigger items out, it's not quite as bad, but I think I need to tackle this while also I need to vacuum. So we had to get a new vacuum, and this is the Shark Navigator. The Shark Navigator Deluxe, and I really like it. We've never had a Shark before, so we're moving up in the world.
Are you ready? Oh, wow. No, you can't finish the cookie. Is the cookie ready?
So here are the cookies. I'm about to get the mixture out, and then we can make the next 12. So this time, because I made them a little bit smaller than I did that last batch, and those were pretty small, smaller than I make them, I was able to fit 15 on here instead of 12. So Roman and I are gonna try a cookie, okay?
Okay.
And you're gonna tell me if it's good or bad. Good? Is it good or bad?
Good.
Good. It is very, very safe to say that these cookies are a 10 out of 10. And I think I'm gonna continue making them with butterscotch in them because it just adds a little something. The normal chocolate chip cookie ones are so good, but the chocolate chip plus the butterscotch,